Hello. Today I wanted to talk about sex. I wanted to talk about sex because it is an extremely taboo topic that is never being talked about inside of homes, inside of families, inside of institutions, inside of schools, and outside in the communities. And unfortunately, because of the fact that it is not being talked about, there are lots of violations that are being done in the name of sex and regarding sex. Some of them being sexual assault, sexual violence, sexual harassment, rape, sexism, misogyny, grooming, hazing, and women being treated badly, being mistreated for their bodies, such as men looking at them in a really, really sexist way, such as sexual objectification of women inside of homes, inside of workplaces, inside of offices, inside of communities, inside of schools, inside of school hallways. And I think this is a really big and a really urgent issue that we all, as individuals, singly as individuals, and also uh, in a community wide, also as whole total communities, we really, really need to pay attention to. Everybody has the right, everybody has a birthright to feel safe inside of their own bodies. And it is not okay to disrespect anyone. It is not okay to disrespect anybody. Um, uh, Based on or regardless of, sorry, it is not okay to respect anybody regardless of their sex, their gender, their age, their race, their ethnicity, their appearance. It is absolutely 100% not okay and is not allowed and should not be allowed anywhere on this planet. So I wanted to talk about sex and how important of a topic it is, but also how taboo of a topic it is, and how this can no longer be accepted in our communities, in our community, in our societies, and in our schools and workplaces and governments and countries and basically all around the world. This just cannot be accepted. It cannot be accepted. So the main premise that I am trying to make here, and the main premise that I want to make, is that sex is natural and sex is nature and sex is a fact. Sex is a fact of life. Sex is nature and sex is natural. Sex is biologically intended for reproduction of a species. So sex is biology, sex is biological, sex is nature, sex is natural, sex is intended for the biological reproduction of living beings, of living things, of species, and of all creatures, and of all living beings, of all pieces of life, and of all wonderful created things, of all wonderful creation, and of all of the wonderful uh, living beings, and the animals and plants and trees and nature that is there. So, sex is nature, sex is a fact, and sex is a fact of life. And sex is a fact of nature, and sex is God created, and sex is God intended. And this is something that we must, and have to accept it. And we have to put our faith in God, and we have to trust God. And we also have to love nature, and we have to put our faith in nature, and we have to put our faith in and absolutely 100% love and respect and be nice and be kind and be loving towards Mother Nature. Thank you so much.